everybody, this is Ali with What's New with ME, and tonight, visions we should be having, visions we shouldn't be having, and the cost we pay when we forget who we are. Let's get into it. Charlie Kirk's case on some updates and the divide. On September 10, 2025, conservative activist and founder of the Turning Point USA was shot while speaking on campus in Utah Valley University, and he was struck in the neck. He later died in injuries. The suspect, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, a trade school student, he has been formally charged with aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing seriously bodily injury, and obstruction of justice, witness tampering, and violent offense in the presence of a child. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. The key evidence here is DNA was found on the trigger of the rifle used, surveillance footage, and messages from Robinson, including a Discord message admitting responsibility, saying, "Hey guys, I have bad news. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this." The motive has not been fully established, and authorities are looking into ideological factors, online activities, especially Discord chats, whether the suspect acted alone, whether he had help, or was he radicalized. The FBI is investigating anyone and everyone involved in the chat group. They are examining whether others knew in advance or encouraged or praised the act. This case reignited debate about political rhetoric, extremist discourse, how people on both sides treat enemy voices. There has been backlash, not just anger, but introspection. Who celebrated, who responded with calls for peace, who used it to deepen divides. Some individuals and groups who celebrated Kirk's death are facing social decline, public criticism, losses in credibility, moral questioning. This isn't just about left versus right. It's about whether we're so entrenched in identity that we lose what unites us. We aren't left or right, at least not in the way divisive discourse makes us that we believe to be. We are one nation, one people, and when violence becomes our method of disagreement, we surrender something much bigger than politics. We surrender our humanity, the core values, respect for life, debate without death threats, listening even when we disagree. These are not partisans. These are foundational pieces. What we choose to celebrate, what we curse, what we excuse, it all matters. The echoes of this event goes far beyond campus or death. In other news, the conflict continues to escalate as of mid-September between Israel and Gaza as it launched a ground offensive deep inside Gaza City using armored vehicles, explosive tanks. Its stated goal? Dismantle Hamas control in Gaza City. But the operations are not without heavy civilian costs. Reports from Gaza's health ministry indicates dozens of civilian deaths and many more injured in recent 24 hours. Displacement numbers are rising sharply. On the international front, a UN independent commission has accused Israel of committing genocide under the 1948 Genocide Convention, stating it has fulfilled 4 of the 5 defined acts: mass killing, serious physical harm, deprivation of conditions of life, and preventing births. Israel strongly rejects these accusations, calling them false, politically biased, aiming to delegitimize its claims of self-defense. Many world leaders and international agencies have expressed concerns of humanitarian consequences, especially on children, families that are displaced. The UNICEF has called the expectation that civilians, particularly children, should flee as inhumane. Within Israel, public opinion is more complex. Recent polls suggest a growing number of citizens want a deal, want the war to end, especially as civilian suffering mounts and the international isolation grows. Some criticism of the government are tied to political motivations, coalition pressures, if you will. How governments around the world respond in this practice is not just a statement asking for aid, sanctions, and diplomacy. Now, whether the UN, ICC, or other bodies take up legal proceeding, impacts on civilian displacements, famine, scarcity of water, shelter, safety, how media and public opinion evolve, both globally and inside Israel and Palestine, is crucial. On other news, September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. It is an annual period to raise awareness, spread hope, and mobilize efforts globally to prevent suicide. World Suicide Prevention Day was observed September 10th, and the theme changing the narrative on suicide. Path of its reducing stigma, encouraging people to speak in openly when they are struggling. Here are some key resources. The SAMHSA has a toolkit for Suicide Prevention Month, strategies, messaging, and support. The NAMI, National Alliance of Mental Illness, emphasizes recognizing warning signs, connecting people to crisis lines, and ensuring help is available. In the US, the number is 988. By the way, at the ME Studios, we are so proud to partner up with globalimpactwellness.com in this initiative, not just to report, but to help. We believe awareness is the very first step. Next is action, then resources, and the conversation of kindness. So encourage people to visit globalimpactwellness.com, find out about mental wellness tools, support networks, and how to help someone in crisis, or how to even take care of yourself. You are not alone. If you're in darkness, there is a way through. If you love someone who may be in darkness, your listening, your care may make all of the difference. Now let's switch up to sport. Canelo versus Terence Crawford in a major boxing event streamed on Netflix. Terence "Bud" Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision after moving up 2 weight classes. The fight made history. Crawford becomes undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes, the kind of accomplishment that confirms a legacy. Scorecards were close but clear. 116, 112, 115, 113, 115, 113. The viewership, over 41 million viewers globally on Netflix, and the top program in many countries. Now, when it comes to NFL fantasy movers and shakers, injury note, Austin Eckler suffered a non-contact Achilles injury versus the Packers, out likely for an extended period. That shakes up backfield roles, especially for this backup. For fantasy managers, this hurts. Another impact move is Jaden Reed for the Packers. He's out 6 to 8 weeks with a broken collarbone. It's a big loss for a strong wide receiver group. Opens the door for some lesser-known players to pick up for the target. Rising fantasy value is Puka Nacua from the Rams. He's performing at an elite receiving level, over 100 yards, strong target shares with a lot of competition. So these are a great pick if you can roster him high. So here's what I want each of us to walk away with. That a life loss is not a soundbite. That a shooting, online chat, extremist rhetoric, they're not just news. They are signs of cracks forming in our community. And responding with derision, hate, celebration of another's death is only deepening the cracks. The compassion, justice, truth, they aren't left or right issues. They are human issues. We can demand justice, condemn violence, or call out wrongdoing, and then tolerate celebration of it when it's someone that we dislike. That wellness is not optional. This month, let's commit to talking about mental health, not when it is convenient, but when it matters. If you're struggling, find help. If you know someone who might be, reach out. And finally, in sports, every win, every loss, it reminds us of effort, discipline, humanity, struggle. In those arenas, we celebrate excellence. We rally despite division. Maybe there's something to learn in there. If you care about what kind of country we want to be, what kind of society we want, what kind of people we want to be, this moment is ours. Let's use it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for watching another installment of What's New with me. My name is Ali Medaoui, and until next time, have a blessed day, everybody.
In a world of digital noise, your brand deserves a command center. Welcome to ME Studios, where your vision doesn't just get captured, it gets amplified. This isn't just another production space. This is your complete media powerhouse. Our multi-unit facility in New Jersey is engineered for brands that refuse to be overlooked. We transform your voice into professional podcasts streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, and beyond. Your stories become headlines across 300+ media outlets, including Fox, ABC. Behind every viral moment is strategy. Our content creation and SEO campaigns don't just chase trends, they create them. From concept to distribution, we build the digital presence others envy. Your brand, your voice, your time to dominate. Visit the mestudios.net and turn potential into impact.